Kids. We're all live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this September 9th workshop meeting. Can everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I guess I'd like to turn it over. We don't have any correspondence. Turn it over to Dr. Yanni.
Thank you, Ms. Kowalski. Good evening, everybody. A little bit different setting tonight. We had some issues in the auditorium, so thank you for adjusting to this new location. So opening of schools today, I think everything went well. We visited pretty much every building, and it was nice to see the smile in the students' face. And I think that the students were very happy, but I think the parents were even more happy at the drop-off. So I think everything went well. I want to thank the community for their patience. Usually the first week of school, the first couple of days, the buses and the schedule, it's not easy, but we are getting all those little things, little issues squared away. So hopefully by the next couple of days, the buses will be on time. I also want to thank the community for their patience with the construction and everything that has been going on in the past couple of months. We still have work going on, but the front of the high school is pretty much ready. We're just waiting for a few of the pieces, the stones. They're coming in the front entrance, and Vernon and Roosevelt, they are in full swing, but not interfering with the arrival or dismissal. I'm excited to be back. I know that the summer went very fast, but it's nice to have the school with the students. That's the way it should be. So my report is very short tonight, but I'm very proud of the students and very happy to have them back. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yanni. Yes, the front of the school looks great. And thanks for getting it ready for the first day of school. Let's have the approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes as listed and attached below? So moved. Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to opportunity for the public to be heard on agenda items. In accordance with the open meeting law, school board meetings where school district business will be discussed are open to the public. The Oyster Bay East Norwich Board of Education welcomes public comment at its meetings. The Board of Education will respond to comments and/or inquiries in the appropriate manner. This portion of the meeting is designed exclusively for agenda items. A sign-in book is provided for those residents wishing to address the board. In order to be recognized, you must be signed in. Each speaker will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes. The board president will call you to the microphone in the order in which you have been signed in. Public discussion is prohibited regarding matters relating to an individual's reputation, privacy, or right to due process, which in some way could be violated. A second commentary period is provided for non-agenda items prior to adjournment. We thank you for your participation and cooperation. Has anyone signed in? No? Okay. Let's move on to instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to non-instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the non-instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to special services. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the special services resolutions as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of new business resolutions. Resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the new business resolutions as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Now let's move to the opportunity for the public to be heard on non-agenda items. Let's see who we have signed in. Ms. Pam Gorney on class selection. Yeah, that's what I said, class selection. Yeah, okay.
So I just wanted to discuss and point out a few issues with the scheduling here at high school. First, I would like to say that I work in Massapequa Park, which is a much bigger school district. My husband grew up here. We chose to live here. I like the smaller district, but I'm coming to really dislike the smaller district, and my kids are disliking the smaller district because of the class selections. My son is having a big problem with his schedule this year. Nothing fits into his first period except art and paint. I don't know, some people might know my son. My son is not an artist. He is not going to be an art and paint, and I'm not going to torture my son or the teacher to put him in that. There's nothing that can be moved. There's nothing for him to take. So he has first period study hall. Second period, he also has study hall every other day because nothing fits in with his gym class. And then I try to put a positive spin on it and say, well, you have breakfast because you don't have a lunch period. All right, but then come second semester, he does have a lunch period. So now in second semester, nothing can fit into his schedule. So he'll have study hall, every other day study hall, and then he'll have a lunch period. So even if he wanted to take a language for the third year, he can't because his language doesn't even fit into his schedule. So it's really discouraging and upsetting that you choose to raise your children here, but the class selection and what it's geared towards, I personally feel is geared towards honor students and AP classes. And my child is not that. And it's very limited to our kids that are not honors and AP classes. So, and I do know the classes that are offered for first period, and my take is that I hung up the phone and I felt like teachers don't want to teach first period because of the class selection. And it's very upsetting.
Thank you.
Ms. Gorney, I feel terrible that you feel that you're not happy about being part of the school. So that's the first thing that I want to say. I will have the guidance counselor, the supervisor of guidance, look. I, mhm, mhm, mhm.
Back in maybe June, and I was looking over the summer that maybe the class would be added, something would be adjusted, and nothing has happened.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's still in the art.
I understand. My intention is not to discuss your son's schedule in public, but I just not what I. So what I was going to say is that one, it's disappointing for me to hear that you're not happy about the school because I think we have wonderful things to offer. I think it's a great school. Number two, I will have the supervisor of guidance and the principal look at the schedule. And the third piece that I want to share is that I have been a scheduler all my life, since I've been in administration. And scheduling is a major puzzle and is never easy. But I want to reassure you that the information that you have about teaching first period, our teachers are very, very dedicated. They're not teaching just first period. They're here before the first period and they stay after. So That information is not quite accurate, but I am sure that tomorrow they will look at your son's schedule and trying to find the best possible solution. Thank you.
Dr. Yanni, do we have less classes than we normally do?
We have the same number of classes. Actually, we added more electives, more classes. But again, when you look at a small school, some people can look at small schools and say it is a problem, but here is not a problem because we run a lot of singletons that have very few students, and that's unusual for a school of our size. So if you look at some other schools, they would have singletons, and if the number goes below 15, they will not run the class. Over here, we run the class to accommodate the students, and not just the AP students, but all the electives, all the classes, and we look at pretty much at every child. So to answer your question is, we have the same number of classes, if not more, and we work through the conflicts. And sometimes it takes a lot of give and take, but it is something that we pay attention. We don't just put a schedule together and let it be.
Okay, because before you even here, the board has always been really supportive of running classes with very small number of students, and it's just because of issues like this, we've got, such a small group of teachers and classes, so, okay, yeah, if you would look into that, that'd be great. Okay, that's the close of the meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? So moved. Second?
Second.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
The next area, back right.
I'm gonna freak out.